is 10-minute summary to the most important SST chapter, that is manufacturing industry, which you were demanding for a long time. So let's start the chapter. So basically this is the 6th chapter of our geography book. Okay. If we see, the first topic here starts with importance of manufacturing. We know that the secondary sector involves what? Manufacturing sector, okay? Manufacturing activities particularly, and it is one of the most important economic activity. When we talk about its importance, the question comes here for 5 marks. First point, you can write about modernizing agriculture, because with the evolution of industries, there are certain, what we can say, certain things evolved which facilitates the growth in the agriculture sector, like eradication of unemployment and poverty. That's very important. Increase in export, the production will increase, the export will increase, which eventually leads in increase in GDP as well as increase in the agriculture production. So whenever the question comes, the importance of manufacturing industry, you can write these 5 points. First of all, the next important topic is, whenever a person needs to locate an industry, what are the factors he should look on? So the person looks at the availability of raw material, because everyone wants the proximity of raw material nearby the industry so that the transportation cost is low. The second one here is capital. That's very much required. If you have money, then you can open an industry. Cheap labor, particularly availability of market nearby so that the product can be sold easily, as well as power, that's electricity. Okay, so here are the 5 important things that are required to locate an industry. Okay, the next and the most important topic from this chapter is classification of industry. We can classify industries on the following 5 types. Pay attention, quite important. So classification of industries can be done on the basis of raw material, the material which is used in that industry. First one is like agro-based industry. We talk about it like cotton, textile industry. What it is? Agro-based industry. Okay, food processing industry, what it is? Agro-based industry. And the second one here is mineral-based industry, like aluminium smelting, okay, iron and steel industry, etc. The second is according to main role. Now, role is quite important because we forget it sometimes. So basically, there are 2 types of industries on the basis of role. What do you mean by role? Either the industry can be a basic industry. That means, like if I talk about iron and steel industry is a basic industry, because iron and steel is used as a raw material for various other works like construction, like agriculture. So it is a key thing that is used in every other industry. The second one is, here there is a change and there is a mistake which I am correcting here. See, what is the mistake? Basically, basic industry is also known as key industry. Okay, basic industry is also known as key industry. The second one here is consumer industry. The consumer industry in which the material, the product is directly consumed by the consumer. Now comes to the point on the basis of capital investment. Okay, whenever there is investment more, then it is a large scale industry. Investment less, that it is a small scale industry. Like if we talk about industries in the village, beading industries, okay, or we can say handloom industries, all these are small scale industry. But whenever it is on the large scale, where investment is so much more than 10 lakh rupees, then it is a large scale industry. Next is on the basis of ownership. Okay, public industry owned by government, private industry owned by an individual or group of people, joint industry where there is partnership of government as well as private individual. Cooperative industries, when so many people, either they can be a provider of raw material, okay, or they can be source of consumers. These are common cooperative. That industry is known as cooperative industry. The best example is Amul. Get it? The last classification is based upon weight, heavy and light. If we talk about heavy, iron and steel, light, cotton industry. So these are the important introduction of the chapter. Now in depth we need to study about agro-based industry and then the mineral-based industry. Okay. In the agro-based industry, they classified it as textile industry. In the textile industry, we are talking about cotton. Like from since ages, we have been the exporter of cotton to the rest of the world, right? In early days, cotton textile industries were concentrated in the area where cotton is grown more, where black soil is present more. That means the area nearby Maharashtra and Gujarat particularly. But with the time, when technology evolved, transportation evolved, we have seen that the spinning mills are concentrated over there, but the rest of the activities are spread out to the country. Okay. However, do you know one thing? Like if we talk about India, we have a very good spinning mills in India, right? However, the finishing part is best done by Europe because they are mechanically advanced than us. Get it? So the next one here is jute. One more important question comes from the section of the jute. Guys, do you know that India is the largest producer of raw jute? We know in the agriculture chapter we have studied that it grows in the area of West Bengal, Assam, where rainfall is more than 200 centimeter or around that. Right? So we are aware that India is the second largest producer of raw jute, and the important area where it is produced, West Bengal. However, we are second largest exporter of jute. Why? Because Bangladesh is first in exporting the jute. Okay, got divided, what we can say, divided, partitioned. After that, it became the second largest exporter. Now, one more important question that comes here: why? Why jute mills are particularly located near the bank of river Hooghly? Why? Because there is proximity of juice producing area, so much jute is present there. Then we have inexpensive water transport. We know that West Bengal, Odisha is a coastal area, okay, where natural ports are made. Then we have cheap labor, particularly from West Bengal and nearby states like UP and Bihar. Then we have good transport other than water transport. Here I am talking about roadways, railways, and most important, the urban center Kolkata, from where the market is available for jute. Get it? Now comes the sugar industry. India is second largest producer of sugar. However, first largest producer of gur and khandasari. 60%. Like if I talk about sugar mills are found in the areas where sugar is grown, like UP, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, etc. However, 60% of the sugar mills are located in UP and Bihar. But one more thing, from where a 2-marker question comes: why? Pay attention. Why sugar mills? There is a tendency that they are moving towards South India. You need to answer one thing: because of their high sucrose content. Because of what? High sucrose content. As it is a bulky industry, transporting is quite difficult. Hence, because of high sucrose content, there is a tendency of shift. Got it? I hope everything is clear out to every student out here. Now we are moving to the next topic, that is mineral-based industries. What it is? Mineral-based industries, we have 5 types: iron and steel industry. Okay? If I talk about this is a basic industry. You know that this is raw material for so many industries. For the making of steel, what do we require? This ratio comes in MCQ: 4:2:1. 4 for iron ore, 2 for coking coal, and 1 for limestone. Okay, pay attention: iron ore, coking coal, limestone, 4:2:1. Next here is aluminium smelting. India, if we talk about aluminium smelting, stands at the second important metallurgical process. Why aluminium is important? Now, bauxite is basically an ore from which aluminium smelting is done, right? But it is important because it is a light material, resistant to corrosion, right? Like iron is, we have an alternative in place of iron. Then conductor of heat, malleable and strong particularly. Chemical industry, if we will see chemical industry, so many nitrate, hydrogen sulfate and many more in demand is made. One important thing that you need to know about chemical industry, because this question comes, that it is its own largest consumer. Important thing. Fertilizer industries, all the nitrogenous products, NPK products, urea, phosphate, and all are created in this, made in these industries, particularly after the growth of green revolution. Then we have cement industry, which requires limestone, silica, gypsum. Do you know first cement plant was made in Where? Plant was made in 1904. You need to find out in the book where was it made. And the last one is automobile industry, which you are aware about. Last topic of the chapter, important of the chapter, which you think that you know and you can write the answer, but sometimes the exact keywords you miss out, students. Don't miss this. This is important. At least do one reading. Industrial pollution and environmental degradation. So here are list of pollution that you are studying since childhood. I would love to know that you guys have went through the NCERT once for this topic. What you need to mug up is this topic. Question comes, how can we keep a control on environmental degradation? 3 steps, particularly this one is for water resource, right? For water resource, we can use the water by processing of reusing and recycling method. Second one is rainwater harvesting. Third is very, very important. What happened? Industrial pollution we are talking about. So in the industrial pollution, water pollution is quite important. What happens? The hot and like effluents directly coming from the industries are directly discharged to the fresh water resource, which exploited, degraded completely. And hence, what we need to do, the first process is primary treatment, which involves mechanical treatment, by which we can separate the effluents with the help of machines. The second one involves secondary treatments, which includes biological processes. And the third treatment, tertiary treatment, which includes primary, that means mechanical, biological, as well as chemical processes. And this is how we can do what? We can regenerate the fresh water which we have degraded by default. Okay, get it? This was all about the important chapter which you were demanding, my dear students. That's it for this chapter. We will meet again in the next chapter. Up till then, study hard, study smart. Your exams are near. Don't eat junk food. We can't afford to get sick before the exam. All the best to all the class 10 students out there. And do not forget to subscribe Diksha Vedantu.